Welcome back to Third Eye Weekly. We're here with BTR's very own Meredith Rithkin, who hosts the weekly fitness podcast Extreme Endurance, geared to get you through any workout with beats from around the world. Thank you so much for joining us today, Meredith.
My pleasure.
Thanks, Meredith.
So you've been hosting Extreme Endurance for some time now. What are some of the biggest lessons in fitness you've learned as a result of putting on the show over the years?
Okay. Well, it's been over 5 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. It doesn't feel that long. But I've learned that music definitely makes a big difference in working out. Research has proven how effective it could be at enhancing your workout, and it's like a really good tool to get your mind like away from how tired you are. So
Sure.
It diverts it from fatigue, and it keeps you focused, I think, and keeps your energy up. So definitely seen how effective that has been, and since it's such a long show, I've seen that a lot of like marathon runners use it. And each year, I'm sure you guys have seen, we go to the Marathon Expo, and I've interviewed people, and the amount over like the last 5 years of people who work out with music has grown tremendously. So that's been really cool.
Excellent.
Awesome. So over the course of 5 years, have you seen your audience grow just with the amount of people now using phones all the time?
Yeah.
With their music and everything while they work out?
Exactly. I think that's what the biggest growth is that before, when it first started, like, yeah, you were starting to put music on your phone. No, not even yet. No, it was still iPods. And yeah, so it was like all these multiple devices, and, it was cool. Like, people were definitely into it, but you could see over the years with the phones and like just being able to use that one device that people are more willing to try it out. And yeah, it's gained a lot bigger of a followership, and just I think because there's not that type of program out there, especially for sports like marathons, triathlons, like cycling, any endurance event. It's hard to find a show that's going to give you 4 hours of music each week where it's new. And that's something that's why I started the show, is because I would always get so tired of listening to the same music each week. It would be like a workout for my thumb. I'd be like, next track, next track, next track.
It gets repetitive if you don't change it up.
It gets really boring, and then it would make me not want to like keep going. So I was like, I need something fresh each week. And I think, yeah, that was attractive to people, and I'm their personal motivator along the way. So you get the music, and then you get inspirational quotes. So it's like a double whammy.
Yeah. Absolutely. So how important of a role do you think music can have in a workout routine, speaking more to, like the rhythms and maybe the effects different kinds of music can have on different routines? Oh,
big time. I mean, especially now, with the different apps, you can like have your playlist loaded, and it could tailor it to like the BPM, that you're looking for. So that's what I try to do, like, especially with my show, is like, if I know it's going to be like a high intensity type workout, I'll try to play a faster, BPM rate, so that it'll keep you going and give you the intensity you're looking for. And then, some workouts, like, you might not need that, like, boom, 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 pace, but it could still, be motivating in some type of way with like good lyrics or, the right beat to
absolutely
keep the momentum.
And that's interesting. You're talking about BPM and getting it almost to sync up with your body's natural rhythms. And it makes me wonder kind of when it's really a good idea to do that and to get something that's really hard in driving when your BPM's increasing. But also maybe on the flip side of that, to play something that would be more relaxing during an activity that would otherwise be really strenuous to try and get you, in a looser state. Yeah, that's true. I think it depends on your mood, because I know there's some days where I want that pounding, house music in my ear, and other days where I just like, want to have that, like trance-like run where you just don't have to think and it's just something smooth. So I think it varies, depending on the mood.
Do you make different playlists for maybe more subtle workouts versus more high intense workouts?
Yeah, I do for myself, definitely. And with extreme, I try to vary it. Like I also do the Caribbean show, which is like a lot of dancehall and reggae, and I think that's a little, it could be intense, but it could be like a little more mellow, some reggae, some Afrobeat, even, where it brings in like the jazzy aspect of music. So it's cool to like mix it up and play around with all those genres. I think it's good. Yeah, totally.
So how do you gauge whether a song should be added to your workout mix? I mean, I'm sure it's different all the time, but do you have like a general kind of like selection process that you go through each time?
Well, now that I've been doing it for so long, I definitely have like a lot of labels sending music directly to me. So each week I sit down and I load it all into my music library and I go through it, and it's really just, you know, a lot of A&R. Like I sit there and I'm dragging tracks all over the place into different playlists, and I just kind of like do that at first. And then once I'm, you know, I have like a set amount of hours, I might have like 6 hours or 9 hours. I'll chop it down from there and just kind of, play with the order of things. And it's an intense process, but I love it. So it's fun.
That's what's important.
Yeah.
And you got to keep it fresh.
Exactly.
Too. Like that's the pressure. You were saying before that you never found really a podcast that was always keeping fresh music.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now I think that, you know, doing it so long, it's just like an endless array of artists and new music is constantly popping up. So it's definitely made it easier.
To keep it fresh.
Yeah. And the cool thing that I love about, you know, electro, EDM, house music is that you get a track that you love and then you get like 10 different remixes of it. So it's like you can still keep it alive and keep playing it, but, you know, a remix could totally transform it. So it's like a way to still enjoy that track that you're like feeling and, you know, not get tired of listening to it in the same way. So that's been like making, you know, these shows a little easier too, is having, you know, the variety of like all the remixes.
Totally.
Yeah.
So on your show, you feature a lot of 60-minute workouts. What do you think are the benefits of these more condensed routines rather than longer formed ones?
Well, I mean, I think you can't go out and do a 4-hour run every day.
Yeah.
Your body definitely needs a rest. And like, you know, you could still use a mix like that and break it up throughout the week. So 60-minute mix is perfect because you don't have to worry about, you know, where you are within the show. And sometimes you're just looking for that intensity to like, you know, have that power hour and get the burn that you're looking for. So that's tailored, you know, specifically for the 60 minutes. That's my Tuesday show.
Okay.
That's Toughen Up Tuesday. And Monday, the Motivational Monday one is usually like 3 to 4 hours.
And in terms of fitness, is it always good to have that one time in the week where you're crunching, you know, you're having that really intense 60-minute workout at least once a week? You know, is that good for their sort of workout regimen in general?
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know, depending on your schedule, how you want to fit it in. I think, you know, you could do it every other day type thing every day, you know, depending on the level of fitness I think that you're at already in life and like how your schedule is, you know, you could fit it in. And for me personally, I always prefer to do my workouts in the morning. I think that's when my energy is the best. Some people love, you know, their night workouts.
Sure.
And they feel, you know, more energized then. So it's like when it's good for you. But I always say a 1-hour workout is only 4% of your day. So no excuses. You can get it in.
You have the time to do
I always
it.
hear people telling me I have no time, but then they tell me like the 6 television shows they follow on TV.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's the priorities here?
Exactly.
It could be done.
So speaking to your audience, does interacting with them on social media, do you think help contribute to the ideas that maybe they'll know they would enjoy in like a workout mix?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's cool. I love to reach out to different fitness pages, and you know, I'm very active on social media. I find for me that tweeting and Facebooking every artist that I play in my show is like really effective, because then if you're a fan of that artist, you'll see the post and it kind of like garners a new audience. So it's like, hey, this is music that's, you know, well tailored for me.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like I don't have to do the legwork. It's already done for me. So I'll sit there and take the time. And I think, you know, reaching out to groups like that, using things like on Instagram with hashtags, that's a very effective way to reach, you know, the target audience that I'm looking for.
Right.
It just kind of, you know, gets a nice community going.
Yeah, because there is such a great fitness community that's centered around those hashtags, and you can have such outreach by employing them.
Big time, definitely.
Awesome.
So now with the post-holiday, everyone's trying to shed the pounds. I mean, what's your advice for people to kind of make sure they do a really healthy routine and keep up with, you know, music to maybe pump them up?
Yeah. Well, I think it all just starts, with the decision to try, and that you want to make the change. I think it's something you have to be willing to do if it's a habit that you're going to create, if it's not already part of your life. So I think, you know, using the show and starting at your own pace and just, you know, dedicating the time to it is a good way to start. And in terms of like the eating, you know, there's a lot of like clean eating pages out there. I myself like to share recipes that are like easy to put together, and, you know, staying away from processed foods and just trying to eat lots of fruits and vegetables and lean, you know, cuts of meat if you eat meat. So,
Totally.
yeah.
Any favorite artists that you're excited to kind of work out to this year?
The list is endless.
Yeah, right.
But I think my go-to favorite, and if you listen to the show, you'll notice, especially I make sure I include her every Monday in my mix, is an artist from Romania. Her name is Ina. And her following is she's in the millions now. She really blew up. But when I first started listening to her, as I started the show, you know, she was, you know, just starting out. So it's really cool she has a very poppy, like sexy type of sound. And it's just like, you know, she keeps releasing tracks. She just finished releasing a new album and I can't get enough of it. So I always look forward to the next Ina release. Yeah, she's definitely my favorite.
Excellent. Well, we're looking forward to hearing more of your selections. Thank you so much for joining us today, Meredith.
Anytime. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.